Welcome back to the Nanyang NA Qualifier Grand Finals of Digital Chaos going toe-to-toe against Cloud9. I'm Kyle Guy for Beyond the Summit. That's Gods, and we're getting ready to jump into Game 2, and what a Game 1 from Cloud9.
Yeah, tight stuff. You can see both teams talked about a bit at the start, probably going to just play that kind of safe farm style, at least for the most part, not go too aggressive. C9 definitely were looking for kills for the Tusk Techies, but once they got that early game kills, they were like, let's sit back, wait till Antimates comes online, and I think we'll see more of that for the next few games. Unless the team goes down like 2-0, I don't think we'll see someone go for anything too crazy or too off the walls as far as strategy and picks go.
We'll see. Now that there is a one-game advantage towards the side of Cloud9, let's see if they want to pull out anything fancy here. For now, though, we got to get the standard stuff out of the way. But DC, notable first couple of bans here. They are wanting to get something tasty, whether it be the Bounty Hunter, whether it be the Naga, Gyrocopter.
Yeah. I think there's like three, like when you, if you have first pick and you want to like leave the pool really open, you just do these like bans on not the tier 1 top tier bans, which is to me 3 heroes, Lesh, Bounty, and Gyro right now. Mm-hmm. Those are the big 3. And then the second tier is like your Tusk, Clockwork, Earthshaker.
Lena's around there too.
Lena, yeah. Mm-hmm. I think was Lena first 2 banned last game. I think Lena was banned in the first 2 last game by C9. They banned Lena as well as like Gyro or something. So
they're going to get Lena here for Yawar.
Yep.
We know what he can do in their opening round. Yawar played Lena for both those games.
And I think they also recognize that Gyro's not really a Ritsu-style hero. It's not one of his go-tos. It's not one of his best. So.
Gyro more of a, I'll farm a bit, but I also really want to fight. And Ritsu's like, I really want to farm. I want to farm. So he likes his Embers, his AMs, his PLs.
10 seconds.
We seen him do a Slark one point.
The scary thing is, though, it is a TC hero. So I think DC's first pick Lena is really smart here because normally you'd say Gyro probably takes priority over Lena, but when you're versing a team that doesn't... I mean, they may just pick Gyro because they're like, if we give them Gyro and Lena, we're in trouble. So they may feel pressured like, okay, Ritsu, man, you just got to play Gyro and change your style up. But
we'll take the Gyro and we'll give it to SVG. 4-position Gyro support. Yeah. They'll never see it coming.
It's very reminiscent of what we kind of saw from like EG in the TI5 Grand Finals when the pool was so open that they didn't first pick the Naga because they knew... They knew that C-Deck didn't play Naga, so they could go for a first pick Gyro, and then they got the second pick Naga, and that was the one game C-Deck like didn't ban Naga, and it's like, oh, they just got Gyro and Naga, like C-Deck are actually screwed here. So it's kind of reminiscent of that. If DC want, they get Lena Gyro, but they don't go Gyro, they go PL. Take another top carry. They can. I think they just feel like they want to go more for the late game. They know that's what Ritsu's going to do. He plays those big late gamers.
And they banned his Ember here.
Yeah.
So.
It's like it's similar to what you see teams do when they have the last ban here, where you can ban a hero, then you can ban Ember, then immediately third pick PL.
Yeah,
but they get the second pick PL and then insta ban the Ember.
It's nicely done from them. Cloud9, they grabbed their bounty though, and they grabbed their dazzle to start. So they got the track gold. They got to find a way to get it though. It's good to have the support staff, but now you need to find a way. We already know with Ritsu's playstyle, he's not one to go out typically and find fights and bring in track gold. So that's more pressure to get Brax something that can really utilize it. I was going to say maybe grabbing a Storm, but
would have loved that. But
Storm's going to be taken out. So even Brax is going to be running a bit low on possible hero options here. Wind Ranger is, of course, there again, but
doesn't find quite as many kills as a Storm can in the mid game, so doesn't necessarily shore up your track money so much.
I wonder if Ritsu can play like something like a Bloodseeker, but then again, it's a Bloodseeker against a PL.
Yeah, not the ideal hero to have. I think you look. What do you? I mean, AM is still viable here if you're C9.
10 seconds remaining.
I feel like AM is still maybe the pick against the AM versus PL is slightly PL favored, but like AM can keep up and farm, and there are like timings where AM matches up all right there. For now, they get their offlaner. So Earthshake will be the MSS hero. There's been so many offlaners banned out right now. Like the Brood, the Tusk, both offlaners banned out for DC in their own Darkseer Clockwork. So no clear hero for Bulba to play this game.
The response from DC is securing a support. Their Biryu hero, Crystal Maiden here. So offers a lot as far as mana across the board for their whole team. And good pairing overall for their side. So getting a bit of lockdown there. Get some wave clear, of course, with their Nova. Can't forget that freezing field, huge deceptive amounts of damage. It's going to be into an Earthshaker who can dish that long-range fissure to stop her, but that means his fissure is going to be delegated to her and not elsewhere where it could be more important, like an initiation. So
yeah, they haven't got much else in the way of great disable, so we'll see what C9, if they try and cover that, maybe with their mid like a Wind Ranger, but for Ritsu, I feel like you can go the anti-mage route. If not that, a hero he played yesterday, I think it was against Ping Gaming, was Slark as well.
Oh, Spectre. I forgot it again. Yep. Yeah, he's already played it, I want to say almost twice this tournament. He just sneaks it in there. Yep. Good grab. Good grab.
Okay.
And you know what? I would not be surprised. Maybe what if Cloud9 pull out the Shadow Fiend for themselves? Oh, goodness.
You know, this is AUI saying, like, we are not holding back now. They don't need no Tusk. They pull out the techies. AUI is just... like the way he talks about this here, it's like he's so confident that if they ever need to win, you just go into the techies. And there's... like, he even phrased it, like, there were so many tricks I had up my sleeve that I didn't even get to use at TI. And he was like... it almost sounded like he was sad because he knows his hero's going to get nerfed in the next patch, so he won't get a chance to use them. But here we are in a best-of-5 grand finals. Winner goes to Singapore. Let's go.
Two straight techies games. Didn't see it the whole run till now. Oh, no, we did see it one time with Fire. But
I don't think these... I feel like we're in for at least another techies game after this one, even. Like, I'm feeling like we're going to be seeing a lot of techies today.
You don't think the ban, it's not going to justify at least a second phase ban from one of the two teams? Probably if they get the Tusk.
I could see DC even first two picking it. If techies is the key hero that wins in this game, I could see them first two pick techies next game. Unless it may even be like a first two ban for C9. Like, C9 will have first pick in the game 3, so when you're first pick, you can ban heroes like techies. Mm-hmm. If you don't have first pick, you kind of can't. You have to ban the Lesh, so... I guess you could ban Lesh techies and leave a lot in the pool, but...
I really like the ban from DC. They removed the Zeus. Brax, very familiar with the hero. Obviously would have been good against the techies. And very good against the PL as well. Combos well with the spec, like you said. Offers that additional global.
5 seconds remaining.
Justified ban, but... Now Cloud9 are going to be forced to think here. 20 seconds in reserve. Maybe they were thinking the Zeus was the pick, but they're going to have to fall back, possibly. But they're going to get the TA, or Dire Side TA. You still get, if you're able to grab the Desolator, you get your minus armor synergy between her and Dazzle. You got huge bursts to help with maybe ridding of some quick supports and raking in some additional track gold.
Yeah, great for taking Roshan. You're on the Dire side. You can stack your Ancients as well and just farm that with ease. And also, pretty good here against techies. You can't just rely on a big mine. You need so many more mines because of the refraction charges. Yep. So it's a lot easier to make sure TA can do well. And you can also fight the PL illusions somewhat. If you kind of kite the illusions around, get a nice lineup for the side blades, you can deal with the PL illusions pretty well.
What is left for Bulba, though? Clock gone, Darkseer gone, Undying gone, Brood is gone, Tusk is gone.
I mean, there's a Spirit Breaker, but that doesn't strike me as a Bulba hero. And also, it's like, is that really the hero here?
Do we need to go back a meta? Your Tide Hunters, your Bristleback, Faceless Void. What do we need?
They haven't got great lockdown themselves. That's where Spirit Break actually provides some lockdown. Let's say I like a Timbersaw just because it gives you some pure damage to cut through someone like Spectre, and even the Chakram's annoying for TA to deal with, but it does feel like they need some extra team fight. Like, their team fight is non-existent right now, and it seems like the offlaner needs to be that big team fight hero that gives them some extra lockdown. Like
they might
Clockwork
have
Darkseid would have been ideal, but they're the heroes they banned themselves, so... They basically banned out their own offlaner.
I think they were hoping to creep in that Undying, especially after seeing the Spectre.
Yeah. Or even, I feel like the Brood was a hero that were really maybe thinking C9 would forget about in that second ban stage, and Bulba plays a great Brood. So we'll see. They're really thinking through the options here. Like, do we go old school with like Tide Hunters?
Yeah. There's got to be something we're missing. Also, but there's so much to consider. You're dealing with a roaming pesky bounty hunter. You're going to be dealing with the haunt, so you can't get a real good blink initiator because that possible haunt and the radiance to come is going to prevent you from really getting any sort of initiation. So you can't really rely on that. You have to find a way to burst through the refraction. Old school offlane Jakiro, maybe.
Well, there's kind of old school
the Phoenix grab.
Fire Spirit's pretty good at dealing with TA. And they haven't got a good way of stopping your dive, but still Dazzle's good at, like, Dazzle can zone out Phoenix from this lane and try and prevent Phoenix from getting much XP here. So this is going to be a tough lane for Bulba, but I think it's going to be that AUI much more greedy farming style techies where he takes over the off lane after a small period, and Bulba's going to transition more into like a mid-game support. So I don't see Bulba playing like a true like farming off laner where he's got the lane mostly to himself. He's going to have to give up the lane and become a support in a lot of ways, or at least more of a team fight back up UR, back up TC much more than offer anything else for the team.
Here we go again. A TP on my side, a TP on your side. Now he's going to immediately go to the bottom lane. And unlike SVG, and without the partner of Tusk, he's going to go early into the mines, find a cheeky little spot, and start planting them away. And it looks like it's going to be here on the bottom. They anticipated it was going to be an offlane techies, though, so SVG went up there. But he's not going to find anything. They still continue to maybe scout. And it looks like 1437 is going to let him know where he should plant that ward. It will get dropped, but now MSS is coming by.
Vision.
There's 2 mines down.
Did he see that? He saw that one get planted. He saw the mine. Techies is in fog, but the mine was not.
Ooh.
There was a lot of pings that quickly followed, and they know exactly where and what AUI is up to. Like, it's a good position for AUI to be in because he is in fog here, but...
I want to see when he plants it again from their perspective. You can hear it plant, and yeah, maybe he just saw the...
The Earthshaker was, like, below the tower, so you could actually... the Earthshaker gave vision. It wasn't the tower that gave the vision of the mine, it was the Earthshaker
just
himself.
Inched that close.
Yeah. He was going down there just to try and scout things out a bit, and that gives C9 a huge advantage as far as their overall intel right now and what they know.
How are we doing the anti-stream minimap drawing?
He's got his whole team on board.
You know, if we're paused for 2 minutes, it might be effective. But with that delay, it doesn't really matter a whole lot. But it looks like we are going to be waiting a brief moment here. And as long as MSS just keeps that in the back of his mind, the mines are there, Owie continues to invest a lot of time that they're there, then he could be waiting a while before he can get that first blood. Because you don't have the advantage of that roll-in. You don't have an easy setup, particularly for a suicide, unless, you know, they're way out of position and TC hits him with like a Spirit Lance, or maybe a roaming CM gets the catch with a freeze.
Yep.
But outside of that, you're kind of reaching. Yeah. The nice thing is, though, with that Crystal Maiden on his team, he gets that extra bit of mana regen for even more mines. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Looks like we're going to get back underway.
Little does Curtis know they've already spotted his mines. They don't need any extra vision assistance to find out where he's been mining.
SVG on his Bounty Hunter, no boots, no Orb of Venom early. Oh, it might be
mining. He'll grab it. He's saving up money for it. He wanted the mango as well for that burst mine. I probably see him pick up Shuriken at level 2 for that burst damage potential. And
I'm trying to check here as we do have another pause. This time will be from the DC side. For Yawar, he doesn't have a sentry on hand, but there is a sentry on Bulba. I'm just thinking if they're going to consider plopping one down that mid lane, just in case this Bounty Hunter does decide to kind of poke at the mid lane a bit. Could be a bit of a headache.
Yeah,
here for Yawar
normally
otherwise.
you definitely see that. And
Biru does have one.
Yeah, one on the CM, one on
but
the...
But you have to have one for possibly the bottom lane pool. But it looks like that they don't even need to worry about that because they know MSS didn't even make his way down there. He doesn't even have a ward on his person, so...
They may just feel confident. Like, TA doesn't have kill potential. Like, it's not like it's a bounty plus Lina or bounty plus Quap where if you get hit by the Orb of Venom and a Shadow Strike, you're going to likely die. To a TA, you're not as likely to die. Bounty can press the mid, and I think they feel like, unlike mid, Bulba can actually die to a bounty gank. You can see the Dazzle, Spectre, Bounty combine and maybe kill Bulba, so maybe they feel like the Sentry is more important to have in the off lane compared to the mid lane, which is why they've got Bulba holding onto it as opposed to the Lina in the mid lane.
Looks like we'll be able to get back underway. Doesn't come, but after some friendly banter, of course, these players all very familiar with each other, probably scrim against each other a lot off the scene, and play against each other in FPL and the in-house league. It's all in good fun, people. Don't worry. I mean, Richard said JK, so... It's all good. Kappa face, right?
Normally,
no hard feelings.
Surprised he's even pulling out the JK. It's like, oh, okay, I'm on a professional team. I better make sure that he says that for the viewers, not for you are. I'm sure.
We'll see if he can back up the talk, though. Here we go. Breakout mid lane. The block is going to be about dead even here. Yep. And as I said, no early sentry. Not even just for the Bounty Hunter, but eventually he will need one for possibly the traps to come from Brax, so we'll see how long they wait. Biru, no surprise, going to be on stacking duty.
But gets the D-ward up top.
Yes, he does, but now he gets a Bounty Hunter in his face, but without a silence, he'll be able to easily dive away and back to the tower.
I think he must have, like, I feel like that's something they've... Yeah, so they must have watched C9 replays. When they play this Dire safe lane, they block the big camp because... That's one of the best ways Radiant offlane can get experience in this lane. Bulwark is going to get completely zoned out if the creep equilibrium stays up high. And the one thing you can do to stop that is to use dive, draw the aggro of this big camp, and then it basically pulls the wave to his tower by disrupting the creep equilibrium, but C9 will deny that, and they're completely focusing on Bulba.
Don't even come close. He doesn't have a dive
Almost
now.
a
One more
kill.
second. They're hungry for it. Oh, one last little smack is not going to be enough. The salve will come out.
Yeah, they are all in on this top lane for C9, and it's when you've got a Spectre, it's well within right that this is what you want to make sure happens.
Yeah.
Complete free farm. They're not even going to use their pull camp. They don't want to use this pull camp because it just again messes with the creep equilibrium. Right now, it's in a pretty good place. It's starting to push out a bit, but they'll just have to auto deny this, and it should remain okay for them.
SVG thought about attacking, but he wants to save the clarity a bit, and now it's about to be 2 minutes, so he'll head over to the rune here, help secure it. I imagine for Brax, doesn't have his bottle yet, though. He's getting close, but we'll eat an LSA in the meantime, so that rune might have to go elsewhere. Checking at bottom, Biru's going to make the move for the bottom. It's a haste rune, and he does have a freeze. We'll see if he does anything with it, but oh, what a catch. We get the back end of that one, just the tip of that Dragon Slave. Yawar gets the catch onto Brax, and it's going to be DC who strike first. Very good grab for him.
Yeah, and he's soon
SVG shows himself.
Fight SVG.
Yeah, careful.
TP back from TA will probably push a while back, but his bottle's coming out, and he's in a good position as far as his mid lane's concerned. The Sentry Ward now arrives for him, so he can have that Sentry to deal with the bounty.
Mm-hmm. And now that they know the bounty has been hanging around the mid lane, Bulba can feel a bit more comfortable here. Comfortable enough that he actually sneaks in and buys a pair of shoes, but here comes the dagger. Does still have the dive, should be fine, throws out the spirits, and when they feel like he'll eventually use it, they decide to pull back and away. Back at mid lane, though, back into that. They're going to take down SVG. Yawar going on a tear at this point. Brax is not going to commit to try to finish off Yawar. And he's going to walk away with another good grab.
He's not ready for that Sentry Ward. Yawar just playing so well in this mid lane. He's getting slightly out CS as you'd expect against a TA, but the 2 kills, including a first blood, really help him out. And DC going to be very happy with the start that they found for themselves.
Yeah, bottom lane even going pretty nice here. TC pretty comfortable against the one-on-one matchup he has right now between himself and MSS. Still at level 3. Trying to save up for maybe some boots.
What's Techie's been
Soul
doing?
Ring going to be now
Techie's
complete.
has been very quiet, but I forgot there was a Techies in the game for the last 3 minutes, to be honest.
That's exactly what he wants.
yeah.
Yeah,
You're playing into his hands at that point.
He's making lots of mines and all the little alleyways here for anyone to rotate
Yes.
through. MSS, I'm sure, has been communicating about it. Don't come to bottom lane, not unless you're coming the long way.
And he's maintained a decent amount of XP. I think they've been using the pull camps for this, so
Yeah.
he's got level 2 Suicide now, looking for an opening to get a kill on MSS, I'm sure, but if MSS ever sees his Techies, he should know it's coming his way.
They're pinging it. How he's walking, but unless he's got some way
There's
to
no
walk a bit
boots on
faster.
MSS, so
MSS goes forward for a fissure and walk away.
Doppelganger into a lance, very close.
He is flirting with death right there.
TC had boots there, they would have got that kill. He wanted the bottle for the HP mana regen, so it's not the wrong build by any means, but more just pointing out how close it was to a kill. Same for MSS, so if he had boots, he easily survives, but he has gone for a greedier Soul Ring rush.
Lots of attention back towards this mid lane as Biru even had to intercept a bit to help out. This bounty hunter now putting most of the attention after already helping out the top lane. Nearby, even 1437 scouting it out now. He doesn't have a TP on hand here. Said he's just on stack duty, but may need to consider one eventually in case something does go down. A quick TP grave could be the difference between life and death and possibly even a turnaround. Mid lane, you are going to eat a bit of harassment here from Brax. Eventually, they're going to want to make some stacks up here for this TA, I'm sure. Ooh, SVG walks right into a Dragon Slave. There's going to be the poke. He moves in, gets the Nova off. Not close enough for the freeze, but turns back for it. But the fissure. MSS makes his own rotation, and they'll just split it apart both sides. Ooh.
Sentry on Sentry at mid, and see if it looks like you are maybe out of the D-Ward that if he pushes forward, he's popped the regen now. He's man-fighting Braxton. Only a couple of refraction charges left. Brax has to be very careful here.
Even he was looking for maybe a pops to a quick nuke catch onto SVG, but SVG headed up the other way.
So the Dire Sentry gets immediately taken out by Lina, and that's going to make this mid lane really rough for C9. Bounty's just been unable to get much done, and taking a look again at Bulba here in the offlane, he's managed to get up to level 4. He's not got any farm. You wouldn't really expect that from your Phoenix, but this is a good position for Bulba to be in. It does get a little scary for DC as Spectre's about to hit level 6, and the way that Ritsu plays his Spectre is he's very active looking for kills and does gank quite a bit. He basically
Yeah.
uses that haunt whenever it's up and a kill opportunity presents itself.
And I do remember the last time he played it, the team were all quick to go. Like, when they know it's a time for breakout, it doesn't take but a second before the haunt's there to follow, and everyone just has all hands on deck for anything. So,
And they'd love to go into a hero like Lina at mid, and you can rotate someone in like Earthshaker for a fissure. You fissure into a haunt, and in the trap slows, it does look like an easy kill there. And mid lane, Yua's popped an invis.
Dire's bottom tower
Boba's nearby. He's going to catch that LSA. Trap will be there. Brax considers a turnaround, but
Refraction.
doesn't want to go in too far for it. That refraction, just too tough of a shell right now. So Yuar doesn't want to commit anything. Double sentry back at this mid lane as the first one will expire. They want to maintain that bit of extra control.
Yep. So both carries farming fantastic, seeing on that 40 to 42 CS mark. Mid lane is very even on farm. TA 36 to Lina's 28, but Lina with the 2 kills. And the off lane is in a very similar position as well, both level 4, level 5. It's been a very even opening. It's dead even on net worth, and there's really been nothing to separate them. DC have dealt with the bounty hunter roaming, but it's kind of come at the cost elsewhere of like having a lot of sentries invested into the mid lane. So it's been a bit of a trade-off so far.
Oh, Boba missed it a couple of times.
Nice jukes, yeah.
Okay, that'll be the jump. Shuriken will catch, and that's the haunt committed. Not enough mana for the dagger, though.
Mango.
Oh, he didn't use it.
Oh,
No, Mango into dagger.
it's probably worth your mango. Like that's what it's there for that kill.
Yeah.
And he's got the salve, so we'd be on a heal. Like he doesn't need the passive regen by any means. 1 HP regen a second. You're not worried about saving onto that. I think he maybe
make
lost
it away.
vision, so without the vision, he wasn't guaranteed to hit the dagger. He can't just like he needed to use the dagger before the horn, and by the time he probably like realized like, oh, I can use my mango, it's like, oh, I've lost
Yeah.
vision. And but yeah, definitely a mistake.
Also something that most players just still not quite used to. That Mango, fresh new item on the streets, and we'll have to see if it might come back to bite him in the butt. Good enough though. You get Bulba out from the lane. He's got to go all the way back to base. He makes his return now, but he's getting closer to that level 6, and those opportunities are not going to be as easy. And you could see this Phoenix start to get proactive here.
Smoke
Which,
towards top though.
yeah, here comes company. Yawar is like, I got a Laguna and I want to kill somebody.
Yep. Spectre's got an Urn of Shadows coming up, so they'll give him a bit of
What
a
a
boost
target.
HP, but
And she has no haunt. They're going to slow her. She's trying to dagger, make it into the trees. Bulba comes, but it's too late.
under attack.
Not even LSA will be able to catch up with that, and Ritsu will be able to make it
Dire's
away.
top tower is under
big escape
attack.
there to have. That was a smoke gank wasted and a lot of Yua's potential farming time, so
Dire's structures are
C9
fortified.
dodge a bullet there, and they are creating
Dire's
space
bottom
though
tower
for
is under attack.
bottom lane, where DC, it looks like, are going to pressure this tier 1 bottom tower. AUI has hit level 6 much faster than we saw SVG's techies. He's played a fair bit greedier and focused a lot more on his own farm and XP gain.
Now, this is that different techies kind of play style we were briefly talking about in the last game. This is what Aoi likes to do. It's almost similar to like your Brood. You take over a lane, and there's really not much the other team can do about it. They
They're
try to
pushing
come in and
top
gank
as
spell.
well. They're like taking tier 1s all over.
And everyone is just kind of caught between. I guess they recognize they just bullied Ritsu out from the lane. He is hot. His haunt rather is on
Dire's
cooldown.
top tower is
You
under
can probably
attack.
foretell that Brax is going to be doing stacks somewhere. So this is their timing window to get all the objectives they can before help will show up. That bottom goes down. This spot. There's the
Dire's
glyph.
structures
They're going to
are
go for the
fortified.
deny.
Yeah,
Hero tries to TP, and he'll be able to make it away after the fissure does go down. But MS says, come on, one more punch, buddy. There you go. They'll get the deny in the
Dire's
top tier
tower
1.
has been
Yuar
denied.
gets TP out, back to safety, so back to mid lane, in fact. Looks like he's going to go for a 10-minute rune, which he won't actually get here. Brax beats him to the top rune and
Blessings.
does limit Yua's ability to stay in this mid lane. Looks like he will just maybe bottle crow here with the career headed towards mid.
Very quiet game here. Even the techies doesn't get a kill yet. No
2
suicide
towers
for
go
him, but-
DC's way, and that's
Yeah.
a lot of pressure they're applying, a lot of map control. And we haven't really seen the techies come online yet, at least not in the AUI fashion. He's 0-0-0, but he will quickly start pressuring lanes. He'll probably just be given a solo lane. PL can rotate to the jungle. PL can even go fight now. You've got a level 8 PL, max spirit lands. He's gone for very just early game fighting items with the Aqualay. He even picks up a
they
bracer, boots,
want mid
bottle,
lane.
wand. Yeah, he's looking for this kill on Theben.
There's the Spirit Lance. Can he get off the heal and the grave? He can, but he has no teleport, and there's no help coming in, so he will go down.
Dire's middle tower.
It's going to get dropped, and DC are going to continue to build the pressure here. Brax to show up. But there's TC again. Dishes out the early Spirit Lance. The Refraction is going to be withered away as Bulba looks to commit. Fisher's going to be flying out, though. Will slow him down, but they are all in for this Brax kill, it looks like. Spirit Lance, Doppelganger forward. MSS, though, gets the Totem stun. Brax, a second Refraction is going to be coming off, and he will make it away.
Maybe should have committed the Supernova for the kill. At least easier to say in hindsight, because that would have, I think Supernova would have got them the kill there, but they were so close to getting Brax there, and that to still gets them a Tier 1 tower. This is all 3 Tier 1s taken now. Pressure just being applied all over the map. DC in very clear control here, but that's kind of the nature of the Spectre pick. It does give you that weak early game, but there's always a ton of comeback potential.
Oh, maybe minor mind games there. Biryu goes up to a ward spot. Well, they'll see her and they'll kill her. They pinged to the high ground that maybe she planted the ward there, but she didn't. I don't think they got a vision of her inventory, so that is going to be a wasted sentry. So
Yeah,
nice
good
move from
warding.
Biryu there. Goes up to the high ground, then casually throws it down low, but
Steven cleared it out.
he's like, I'm one step ahead of you. I got it, buddy. He'll take out that ward, and that will be an adventure from Crystal Maiden that will get nothing.
If he didn't get dewatered there, his death would have been fine. Like that's, I mean, it's still not that big a problem that CM dies there. That doesn't help C9 at all. Puts the Haunt on cooldown. Ritsu's farm gets, I don't know, it's slowed down a little bit, you could say, but he's right back into the jungle to keep going at it.
Yep.
Important for Ritsu is though he gets Urn Charges. The Urn Charges actually give him a bit more sustain in the jungle, and also gives him a bit of extra damage output when he wants to go for another gank. So getting those first Urn Charges does make a bit of a difference for this Spectre.
You are showing them that he was happy to farm up their side. They trade looks. Continues to head out now. Still yet to show off that fancy schmancy Laguna here. Now has the Yule set up for it, but C9 making it difficult to find those kind of opportunities. Being a bit elusive and barely etching away here. So close that DC feel like they don't even have to commit a whole lot for it. But that ends up being their shortcoming. Bottom lane Aoi is inching his little techie's advantage further and further. A serious stack of remote mines right where the Tier 1 used to be. Hoping someone comes by to play, but you know, Cloud9 are just like, we're going to stay along the creep path, push this lane out, walk away. We're not looking to come in from any sort of nooks and crannies and corners and alleys that we know that Aoi could have been in there doing some dirty work at.
Yeah, I'd be very surprised if anyone pushes near these remote
Oh,
mines.
they see SVG go invis, so they immediately pop the dust from your Crystal Maiden. They're going to go for the kill. It looks like they will be able to grab it here. Yawar's going to be picking it up with the Dragon Slave.
Yeah, no Haunt available, so no potential for any kind of a counterplay there. Rex does come in bottom. This is one of the few heroes that can just lane against the techies because of the refraction. You're not as worried about the remote mine stack.
It's a lot of mines, though.
You need 6 just to deal with the refraction, and then however many more to kill him, which means you need probably like 10 plus. At least, I'd say at least 10, maybe even 11.
That's like, what, 15 minutes or so invested of remote mines in hopes that maybe just that hero walks over him?
Not really the ideal scenario. Brack's getting farmed. He's got his first Mithril Hammer, second one coming soon, and we'll be looking for that Desolator Rush, I'm sure. Just to, it's a good farming item, and right now with the pace this game is going, farm is the name of the game for both teams, especially C9. DC are a bit more about pressuring the lanes and being pesky. I mean, you've got the techies continuing what he wants to do at bottom lane. Lean is looking for kills.
Yep, there is Yules. He's got to get off the grave. Gets it off. That Laguna is not going to finish off MSS. He turns it over instead, gets a Fisher off. That's going to cause the haunt, and that's going to get the kill. 1437 being at the right place at the right time to save his buddy MSS.
Oh, man. I don't even want to like credit that to chance necessarily. Theban just has great game sense and probably recognize that Earthshaker farming in the lane is one of the vulnerable targets to the Lina, so comes out, puts a lane ward, but there's a sentry on it, unfortunately.
But this is what feels like two heroes from the side of DC who are not really getting to do what they want. You know, Aui's like, are they coming for my mines? Am I going to get even blow up a mine here? Has anyone died to a mine or even hit one? You look at Yawar, he's like, I've had this Laguna. I'm not even successful in getting a pick off with it yet.
And
Feels
this is...
like they're being neutered a little bit.
Yeah, I talked to Merlin about the techies, and this is the Ben Wu way of dealing with techies. You ignore him. You pretend he doesn't exist in the game. Oh, God, the CM doing another deep warding mission. Let's see if Theban can find this one. He hasn't got any sentries at the moment. And may just not go for it, but he's blocked the Ancients as well as put down a nice little deep ward here by the secret shop.
He's waiting. Sentries on the way. So who will be the winner of the ward wars here near the secret shop? I love those little support battles here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Biryu's been really clever with the warding, but Theban, for the most part, has kept up, so let's see if it's going to continue. May cost him both sentries, but ideal scenario is you take out... If you could pop one sentry and catch out both of these, that'd be
Bulba's
some
around
value.
now, though, with Supernova ready.
This sentry doesn't actually block the Ancient spawn.
And it doesn't see the obs, unfortunately. But pressure's coming mid lane, so he can't hang around there too much longer to see if he can eventually find it. And we'll need to try to subside this pressure coming from DC in the mid lane. Weave still ready to go. They're weighing it out for now. SVG trying to poke in there and get as many tracks as possible. Do DC have a way to handle all the tracks, though? Doesn't look like it.
Not easily.
No handy
Doppelganger
dandy
gets
way.
rid of it, I guess, is the main thing. I mean, PL has Doppelganger, Lina has Yules. Phoenix doesn't have any way, but you're not too worried about Phoenix to really see it. We haven't seen that many... Like, I don't even think there's been a track kill this game.
So I guess it kind of almost goes both sides.
Yeah.
They have yet to really do what they want. Just that severe farm game, respect for each other, knowing that you need to wait and secure the perfect opportunity to make a fight that you'll know you'll be able to come out on top with.
Theban, by the way, did win the ward battle.
Oh, credit to him. Eventually does get the ward down.
Yep.
You're right.
Gets the sentry, takes out the Observer ward.
Uh-oh, up and back and behind, though. They're going to catch on your war, lead in with a track. There's going to be the self-Yules, but
Wait for another track.
boom, there's in Totem, and there's the grab.
They should have waited for another track, maybe. It's a
Safe
small
than
thing, but-
sorry.
Yeah, they want to make sure they get the kill, and Lina does have very high move speed, but the Yules does get rid of the track, so denies a track kill, I guess you could say. And Techi's continuing to stack a lot of
I
remotes.
look down here and I'm like, well, maybe he's added pressure. This tier 2 hasn't been touched yet.
This is the TA remote stack, although Brax... I mean, he saw them getting planted.
Oh, no.
Not even close.
Come on.
I think he missed half of them as well.
He'll probably blame Reborn, I'm sure. That's unfortunate, though. He must have not been looking, and maybe someone from his team was like, he's there, and
Yeah, I don't
blew
think
it before he actually looked over.
it was
It's hard
maybe like
to say from
8 or
here.
so. I don't think there was enough.
Yeah, even then,
He had 3. He had 3 and 6. I'm not sure if it was 3 defensive and 6 defense. I don't know which were the damage block and which was the damage bonus. But
whether you're your Owie or you're any casual pub techies, you don't want to be seeing your remotes go down like that. But look at this. Up and above, they might make it go on Ritsu. They're going to set up for the Yules and everything. A lot of hate, and even a frizzing field coming out to secure that one at the end. Little Biru is going to be picking up that grab, but beautifully set up between the three of them.
did have his relic already purchased though, so lost a bit of gold. But
track
relic was
gold, Shuriken, and Crystal Maiden. It's going to be some free little shekels.
Bulba
And oh
committed.
no, Bulba commits on in and gets punished immediately, but they're going to get their own return. Yuwar's going to get the grab, finishing off Little Bounty Hunter.
Okay.
And it ends up turning into a 2-for-2, but that should have been a one and done.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And track money going the way of C9. So at least Spectre not alive to get any of it, who's the big problem here. And even TA wasn't around, so it was like the supporting cast of C9 who are the ones benefiting from that. So it does get Earthshaker up to about Blink Dagger money, but as far as DC go, it wasn't really any big problem here as getting the kills and the track money.
They put the trap out as if maybe C9 are considering a push to counteract, but they're not going to do it, so they'll lose their tier 2 in the mid lane. And it looks like they're going to just get Bulba to his side lane. He needs to finish this Midas. Puts him off a bit, getting caught off there in that fight. And he would love to be able to surge that more XP. This egg is just way too... It's a glass egg at this point. Level 1, that is easy popping right there for C9. So he needs to desperately put together the levels. Looks like he did get the Midas now. Curious to see what he wants to go for after that. Typically, you see a lot of the Shivas grab because you're able to easily move in there. You can spread out that. And, of course, it makes it a lot harder for them to hit the egg when they're attacking a lot slower.
I think against these heroes doesn't really need a BKB by any means. It's just the Earthshaker you've got to worry about. But even with a BKB, he can still fissure you from fog before you pop it or Blink Echo Slam you. So Ghost Scepter may be possible against the TA, but I think the Shivers is the ideal item, like you mentioned.
Yeah, even the extra armor will help because you got a Desolator on the other side and the Weave. You'll need every bit of armor you can. Maybe even someone needs to consider getting an AC or something. We'll see, though. For now, we'll have to wait. We go back to Aoi in the bottom lane. He's trying to recover from his losses before and make a new setup here. Still yet to really get a whole lot of pressure on that tier 2, so for now he's kind of a hero out of the game. C9 are on the prowl. Uh-oh. Crystal Maiden, boom, dead. Didn't even get the track off. That went down so fast, but here comes Yawar, leads in Laguna. MSS trying to walk in, gets the enchant. They take out Yawar immediately. There goes the egg, but the TP's already on out, and MSS says, see you later. Cloud9 slipping away here. They're gone. They move in. They move in, they get the job done, and they don't get caught on the way out.
Yeah,
but Brax is hiding here with SVG. They get the ward down.
They can't really kill
Thinking about
TC
it, but
unless
yeah.
he uses Doppelganger to farm.
Bulba's
They can get
also
Bulba, but he's
nearby.
got no egg.
Oh, they're thinking about it here. There's the track. There's the trap. Now he's able to get the long Icarus dive away. We'll pop the wand, but they're still making chase here. You can see why. Wow, look at the damage coming up from Brax. And they get it done. Killing spree for Brax. More track gold for him, and he's just going to TP again right away.
They
Freezing
lose the bounty,
field.
but
Yep.
it's a track kill on a Phoenix for a bounty. At this stage, bounty is kind of the 5-position hero on this team. I guess Dazzle in the similar boat as far as farm and money goes, but it's all about creating space for Spectre. Radiance has come online now, and Spectre is getting bigger and bigger as time goes on. This game, though, could take a while, because pushing into Techie is going to be always a big nuisance, and they haven't got great heroes at dealing with the mines. The TA, you can put a gem on potentially and just try have her go in with Refraction, but even that, there's no real guarantees of your survival.
Now, if maybe they can get this Dazzle a medallion or something, they could move in and get this Roche done ridiculously fast with the
and they
Desolator.
can do it
in
without
there.
Roche, without the medallion as well. It's a TA, but
Of course.
I think Brax just knows the remote mine's in there scouting things out, so if he goes for it, DC 100% will know exactly when it's happening, which he maybe just sees as not worthwhile, but looks like he's about to blink on in and sees now is the time to go.
There it is. They move in.
It's been pinged
Kings,
already.
though, frantically popped out, obviously, with the remote mine there. Doesn't stop them from committing. Oh, Ali actually going to be leaving the bottom lane. He's like, let's go. They smoke up. They're going to head towards the pit here. The Weave's already out, and it's going to be coming a great time. By the time they get into the fight, they're going to have certainly a big wealth of armor. Oh, the second they get a sight of them, they're going to pull out immediately. Bulba, dive on in. No commitment for the Nova yet. TC goes up, but that's going to be the haunt. It's a Radiant haunt. Remind you, they're trying to get MSS, but they miss him with the LSA. They still get the Laguna, but he's got the Grave keeping him alive. Biryu on the high ground. She's got a huge freezing field, but it's not going to catch a whole lot. So they decide to disperse here. Brax is making chase. They're able to finish off TC. A big grab for them, but now little Biru is going to get caught out. Trackhold's there, and that's easy money for him. And oh, look at the destruction from Brax. A triple kill from him as he annihilates them from the high ground, making it a full 5-man wipe. C9 now go into the pit, and they're going to secure an Aegis. Who are these guys? They are playing seriously good Stellar Dota right now, shutting down DC.
The way they're playing, like, I would love to see them go against, like, some of the top dogs right now, because C9, like, everything from the strategy to the execution to the individual plays, like, just seeing what Brax did there from the high ground, just moving his hero perfectly, maximizing his damage, hitting meld strikes from the high ground to the low ground on Lina. Like, this is a team I could see going head-to-head with the best teams in the world with how they're playing. So, impressive stuff coming out. They haven't won this game yet. There's still so many things that DC have up their arsenal. Going to the late game with a PL. They've got the techies to delay things. They've got the Lina, who's always going to be a big threat as well. But right now, C9 looking good.
Still a full best of 5 ahead of us here. So far, Cloud9 showing really good potential. And oh, Biru going to get caught again from this bounty hunter. But he's still going to live.
Not quite enough damage.
Value bracer there. Soaking up as much as he can. So he's not too fragile and little frail Ice Queen. Will walk away, but oh, not so lucky. Techies. He's going to get caught out. That is destruction. Easy kill for Brax, even as a DD. I think it's probably for the better we didn't catch that, because that was probably really nasty. Oh, he moves in, and man, I even had the camera there about ready, but he killed it so fast I couldn't. This is just crazy. He sees an opportunity, he strikes, and he's looking for another. If Brax gets something here, that'd be just crazy.
He'll get a T1 tower, but I wouldn't even be surprised to see Brax just straight pick up a Daedalus now. He's not really that killable. Like, BKB is this kind of safer move, but I think just that insta-kill potential he poses on a hero like Techies especially is really important, because he can go fight the Techies in lane. Techies can't show it all against Brax when he can one-shot him. Actually picks up a Hyperstone, so maybe we see an AC pickup. But either way, this is just a scary amount of farm on Brax, and he's got Mjolnir. Oh, something very different coming out from Brax. Wants to be able to deal with the PL illusions and fight the PL head-on.
Fissure on the CM. Boom, bang, dead. All right. No time to track. Let's just get that kill. Tier 2, a Tier 1, and a Crystal Maiden.
With Aegis, they just want to go high ground right now. They're not messing around. They don't want to go late game against techies.
And they know there's no setup here from the techies. Yeah, there's a remote mine there, but that is it.
Yep.
Maybe another behind the racks, but there has been no time for Aoi to make any sort of home base.
They do TP back the Dazzle to deal with the PL split push, which does leave them limited on human resources at the top lane. They have got a Spectre who can always haunt in, but I feel like the Dazzle Graves have been a very key part of the team fight here. In the last one, it was the Graves on MSS, keeping alive that little bit longer. Could throw an extra fish and get a Blink Echo Slam off, but right now, C9 just happy to slow things down a little bit more.
Big credit as well, that early timed weave. I don't know if it was in anticipation that a fight was coming or more of a prep for Roche, but nonetheless, it made things that much more difficult for DC to fight into him. By then, they already had so many ticks of the armor.
Thieben?
Yeah.
Thieben?
Oh, Thieben in a bit of trouble?
He's on top of mine. He was right on top of him.
Oh, but they're breaking out
Sorry about
over
that.
here. No, they get the Bulba. Bulba's going to be going down. Biru unleashes, but the Echo Slam is going to shut her down. And look who's already on the prowl. Ritsu gets the Haunt off, looking to make chase, but they're not going to be able to catch Yawar, but Brax wants it. Brax moves in, Brax gets it done. But TC quickly harps and jumps onto him, but there's that Mjolnir going to work. He pops the active here, trying to get as much of him as he can. He wants the man fight, but he can't finish him off. That will be the Aegis popping. This cost them 2 buybacks for it, though, both Yawar and Bulba. And Brax is just looking to walk away at this point. Now the Yules is going to catch. Can they finish him off? He's able to get
he
the
blocked
refraction
all the
off, and he's just going to soak up the Laguna damage. Even the Supernova coming out, but he's able to finish off Yawar. It's a dieback for him. They finally bring down big, bad Brax, but that is all they'll be able to get. And again, it's going to cost them so much for it.
Yeah, Lena dies back essentially there. The second death, at least a Bloodstone suicide, but oh boy. That is, yeah, very expensive hold. The entire time you've still got Spectre just farming through a Horn at like some point early on in the fight, but right now Ritsu is just looking like he's going to be a late game monster, and well, that's a very costly fight for DC. 1437 now has a gem and spots the mines. He's probably thinking like, I was standing on top of those just a minute ago. I'm glad I didn't die.
Apparently Aoi was preoccupied, when you don't blame him, with everything breaking out over there, so...
I was trying to make you miss the actual important stuff going on there. I'm just watching Techies things. I'm like, what's going on with Techies? What's going on with Techies? And you're like, God's like, hello, dude, there's an actual team fight happening.
Well, that's unfortunate for Aoi. If you're asking, what's Techies up to? Where has he been? Then something is just not going right.
Yeah. 0-3-0. Not even a suicide kill. I mean, I don't want to... He has had an impact on this game. He's pushed the 2 bottom towers. He's constantly applied pressure in the bottom lane. He's farmed up a decent amount, but you don't want to see no kills, no assists on Techies, regardless of what else he's done the rest of the game.
You don't want to see 3 Bloodstone charges on Yawar's Lena either. Look to TC. He does have his Diffusal Manta build up here, but he's the best thing that DC have going for him right now. But they might get a catch. Biru looking to move in. And Biru is dead now. But look at the long chase they're putting out here. They get out the Haunt. They see where Bulba and Yawar are, but Ritsu not looking to jump in.
Could have jumped on either Techies or one of those top 2 heroes. I don't think the Lena could have killed him, but wants to play it safe at this stage, and I doubt he could have killed Lena as well. Lena can just use him and run away. So see where the game heads from here, but I imagine C9 will probably have their eyes on the next Roshan as well, so just picking up another item or 2.
Which, again, we don't know the time for. But Aegis is down now. A couple of minutes. C9 will take this opportunity as Brax will farm through the DC side, leaving Ritsu with the top lane. He's still got 75 seconds before a Haunt, so they will be waiting that full time. C9 know that the ball's in their court. They can take the fight when they feel they're comfortable and ready, because the next big one, especially with those recent diebacks and everything... Oh, I see you later, Aoi. It could be disastrous.
Oh, yeah.
Man, oh man, Brax just hits so freaking hard. Goes Invis as Bulba shows up. What's happening here? Haha! Boom! Bang! Bulba's dead! Oh man, nowhere is safe here, but Yawar's able to get in there. He doesn't know if he wants to commit to Laguna. Decides to, but there's the grave. Freezing Field's coming out, but it's not going to penetrate. Brax is like, I got to get the Crystal Main, but he's not going to be able to. He will eventually get dropped. TC is already on the move. They were able to finish off MSS. Now they're going to look to take out 1437. Puts himself into a corner, and eventually he will go down. Back out on the other side. SVG getting a little too close to some of these sentries here. And he will be able to blink away to safety. But
This is Gem still in the pit. TC, he needs to pick it up, drop his wand, or
He'll grab it now.
Drop your stick. Come on.
All right. DC get...
Whoa, there we go. AUI's on the board.
All right. On the way out,
Tower is under attack.
Bounty Hunter walks across a mine. He'll go down.
That's a
four-
confidence booster.
That's 4 all day.
Chris is like, no longer 0 kills, 0 assists.
That's
what
the
we're
first
talking about.
big exchange that DC have really had this game.
Yeah, Brax just gets caught in a bit. Like, he could have just stayed melded up. He didn't have to pop up, go for the Phoenix kill, but that greed going for the Phoenix just cost him a bit there. Lina played it right, just held onto the Laguna until the refraction had worn down, and I think a fight like that may kind of encourage Brax to go for a BKB now. Just because with the next Aegis then, if he has Aegis BKB, he can kind of force the issue and go for a high ground siege, but I have to wait and see. Maybe he'll feel like with an Aegis he can go for a damage item to help him push instead.
There's a lot on the back of TC right now, though. He'll go in and he'll just continue his farm.
Yeah.
They gotta know Roche is up. They're pinging the area right now. He hasn't spawned yet. But C9 are still in a better position.
About 2 minutes from now. I think it's a pretty long Roche respawn. And yeah, the timer did say 2 or so minutes around the 34-minute mark to see next Roshan.
Wish I could hit a button and see it again, but oh well. They put a trap in there for now, so they'll get the guaranteed intel when he will be back. Teeman takes the moment to plant a ward on the high ground, and they're going to just start to see if they can kind of make a bit of a security space here so that they don't have to worry about C9 intercepting anything.
You can see just the way that C9 are itemizing. They're just going for pure survivability. Their supports aren't even going for utility items. You don't see a Medallion, Solar Crest on 1437. It's a straight Vitality booster. Bounty, no Solar Crest. Straight Reaver pickup. Everyone just wants to build HP to be so they can survive like a Lina combo or a Techie's remote mind stack.
That's crazy, yeah.
Very different way of itemizing, and I think they just decide breaching high ground isn't going to be necessarily about buffing up our one carry by putting a Solar Crest on them, getting auras like Vlad's or whatever it may be. It's going to be much more about everyone having some survivability so you can actually have the HP to stay alive. Not because Brax is very self-sustainable, especially with a BKB now.
All right, they trade tier
mines
2s,
here.
but it's going to be DC to pull back. And as you said, no mines to worry about. They know that, though. Did they get a new gem? No, they did not get a new gem.
Spectre's top to deal with the PL push, so
you can always just haunt in. Yep. Something is to break out on the bottom, so
they headed back for Roche. And I think because of being a max Roche respawn, they know it's going to respawn anytime in the next 30 seconds or so.
Quickly take some farm on the way over. You got to get that farm efficiency in. And that'll allow them to blink up and over. But yeah, he's still not up yet, but he will be up. And he's second now. It's like the timer kind of works. Like it moves a little. Like maybe it just picked a different spot. Maybe this one is like when it actually spawns, this 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Can't keep my eyes away now. Come on.
It's bizarre.
No. Okay, I don't know. It's broken. But look at this. Because of the pressure pushed in on the bottom lane, DC, they're going to go on their own move here. Up into C9 territory. Oh, they see Brax blink in for the farm. They ping him out. The smoke wasn't popped. Now they're going to commit to the move. That means the Yules is going to be there. There's help nearby. Haunt comes in. Brax is going to pop his new BKB. And oh, quickly they shut down that freezing field. Biru's going to get annihilated right there. Immediate double kill for Brax. And suddenly, 4 are dead. What happened so fast? C9. Complete destruction just immediately at the drop of a hat.
That was not the hero they really want to find. And I think once they see the TA, they knew. I think they should have known TA had a BKB already. And once you see the TA, you can't go on TA. You have to go look elsewhere for a kill, or just back off completely. Those remotes mid almost get a double kill. That VIP booster saving 1437's life. But yeah, the TA easily just you can't do the combo. Even Laguna Blade, there's no Ag Scepter yet, so Brax was never going to go down with the BKB up.
Must have been just a complete cluster of a mess. You're talking about Psyblade jumps with that Haunt and Radiance damage. They couldn't stand.
This Haunt just shreds apart DC whenever it's used. Heart of Tarrasque complete now on the Spectre as well, so...
Even the illusions are just going to be too tough to deal with. I mean, when you're in a support in a game like this with a Heart Radiance, Manta, Spectre on the other team, you're just ready to leave.
Good luck, CM, and any of these team fights surviving.
And you saw she was like, I got this, guys. Freezing field. No. Shut down.
Heart of Tarrasque complete on a bounty of all heroes.
Don't see that very often. Where's our stats, men? That's got to be a...
Heart of Tarrasque.
Maybe a world's first.
Rush, at least.
Oh, man.
Maybe it's been picked up before, but I doubt it's been like first item after, like, I mean, you guys go to Blink Dagger, but first major item.
DC might not be of the wiser. Typically, you see a bounty hunter and you think, oh, that's going to be an easy pick. Let me just quickly Laguna that guy. Not this bounty hunter. He's got the gains.
Oh, yeah. And they've scouted Roshan. They're just deciding not to go for it just yet. They want to maybe wait for the next Haunt is my main guess, which has just come back up. Yeah, so Haunt's available now. Brax has BKB ready, so I think with Haunt up, they probably feel pretty confident about going for Roshan now.
C9 is so close. They see him with the trap. They're actually going to commit that Haunt. Beeru's going to be dead immediately, and so's Bulba. Before even an egg can happen here, just look at the destruction. I think this just could be it. Every time there's a Haunt combo with Brax getting involved, 4 just hit the deck. And again, it's going to be TC the only survivor. They'll just push out mid, but he's like, I got to farm top. I'm not going to be stopping them from Roche.
No one else holds a candle to the Haunt. Lina is just struggling down to 2 Bloodstone charges, and this is normally 37 minutes in. You'd expect the Ag Scepter as well as the Bloodstone. Yua's farm has been crippled by the constant aggression coming out from Brax. Brax's won team fights around that Roshan pit. That was the big game-changing moment, and
oh yeah,
Ritsu's done his job perfectly. Like, he's had a huge impact on this game, but it's been the rest of the team, Brax especially, just creating the time and space to get Ritsu to this point where he is just the unkillable late-game carry that he is. And, well, DC going to struggle to defend high ground now. A new gem picked up, so that's going to be kind of in anticipation of going for that high ground push, I imagine. And C9 pretty much got everything they could hope for this last push.
The new team on the block, the new roster, rather. A little bit of old, a little bit of a 1437, Brax, MSS, and a little bit of new. Ritsu SVG. Seems to be match made in heaven right now. Yeah. Already up to a start, potentially a 2-0 lead-in for this best of 5. Definitely opening a lot of eyes here. A lot of spectators going to be eyeballing this team a little bit closer. But we look to DC right here and now. What can they do to respond, if anything? Howie's going to be on serious techies duty if he wants to try to slow them down from these pushes.
He's got the Ag Scepter, so can use that sign.
Oh my god. Brax actually knows he's there. Moves in. Oh my. Photo finish.
If only he had the meld. Meld was on cooldown, unfortunately.
I mean, a moment like that now, he's like, ooh, maybe I can't.
He didn't have buyback. That would have been guaranteed racks if he dies there with no buyback. Even with him still alive, I worry about the high ground defense.
Maybe he second guesses trying to hide in those little corners. For now, though, C9 go back to their farm here. Look to push it again. They have the time to work with. Aegis in the hands of Brax. They're the ones who can control the tempo of this game. It's very apparent DC are more on high alert defensive duty here, pushing out each lane and funneling as much farm as they can to their PL. Now has that Scotty. Is tanky. Doesn't stay tanky, though, after the Haunt comes out. Yeah, this is going to be very, very tough for him.
And if he ever gains momentum, if he tries to fight someone like the Spectre or the TA, what'll happen is he's tanky, he'll be able to maybe hold his own, he'll build up a huge illusion army, but if they haven't dealt with the Earthshaker, it just sets up a huge Blink Echo Slam.
Hi, everyone. They move in. There's the Haunt. They will get the catch onto Little Beeru there, but can they get the follow-up on the Yawar? Nope, not going to happen. But look who they caught up behind the trees. TC gets spotted out, and they move right onto him, and he has nowhere to go. A walk-in echo from MSS, and it is going to be Ritsu who picks up the kill. TC put on the sidelines, 80 seconds. Does have buyback.
And Techies died bottom lane. Used suicide, though, so it looks like he got caught out by the TA/bounty hunter. Oh, boy.
Pressure's coming bottom. They could look to see if maybe they can force out that buyback. Quick self-Yules will rid of the track. But Aoi already on the move to try to just get some sort of defense down.
He's going to defend multiple lanes here. The push can come in from any of these 3 lanes, really, with C9 and their current level of farm. Butterfly complete on Spectre now. This is unkillable status.
She's not going down. No MKB for TC. This Spectre is just a machine. Oh boy. Okay, here we go, DC. Rally up.
This is all on the tech.
If you're a DC fan, you are doing your defense chant right now in hopes that they can hold, because it's a powerhouse of a C9 squad on the other side. They're ready to just push on in and take this to a Game 3 match point. But they're going to make sure they just start with the basics here. All 3 lanes being pressured in. It's going to force Aoi to have to overcommit to one side. And it looks like he's doing the majority here in the bottom, but he's still got a nice chunk of remote mines right in the middle. But they do have a gem on their bounty hunter. He hasn't put a mine sign down yet either, though.
He wants to hold on. Like, he wants to make the mine clutters and then use it when, if there's a clear 5-man push coming down a lane, he'll, like, save it for the last second to just put it on top of his remote mine stack. But as soon as it goes down, like, C9 will just look to avoid that area, so... Oh, not quite.
Not enough. Tried to do the math, but it was miscalculated.
I think he may just TP home and... Oh, we'll see. We'll see what Brax does if he looks... I'm not sure how much time's left on the Aegis again, but...
They were hoping to pop it, but
yeah,
he's not going to be able to do so.
looks like he's just going to throw it away because I think it only has maybe 1 or 2 minutes left on it.
Yeah, it's got to be like at least 1 minute by now. Now they
So
will get it.
He just wants to throw it away and not risk losing it.
But the No Laguna's still down for at least 20 seconds here. Do Cloud9 use that as a window? Yules on the low ground. There's the haunt. Jump in Echo from MSS is going to get the quick catch. That means Crystal Maiden is going to get annihilated, but a Supernova is going to go off this time. Ritsu, though, easily targets it and will pop it. Techie's also going to be going down. Only 2 alive here, and they're going to be able to get the quick finish onto Yawar. TC's the lone survivor, but this may be too much for Digital Chaos to handle. Yawar will buy back. They're looking to commit and move in there, but they just simply can't do anything. This Spectre still with massive amounts of life. Brax still holding strong. They're mid lane in big trouble now as the tier 3 could be crumbling. They're going to force out the Glyph. There's Yawar looking to move in, gets the Yules, but that bounty has a heart. He's not even going to be an easy target. Now they move in. Yawar very low, but is going to be able to etch away TC. Converges! Might be able to make the go onto Brax. Will finish him off. Just the TA. Still with a buyback, but they have Ritsu still to deal with. The main boss.
Yeah, Theban, I don't know what he was doing Grave in the bounty there when bounty was on like 2/3 HP, but he didn't have the Grave to help out TA there, which could have maybe kept Brax alive or at least given him some time to dish out some damage, go for the tier 3 tower.
He must have thought maybe the Laguna was going to be there and try to finish off the bounty.
Yeah, so whatever it was, there was no Grave for the TA, which ended up hurting Brax there. And DC do hold, but does come at a cost of a leaner buyback. And just more farm going the way of C9. It doesn't really feel like DC are progressing towards the late game that quickly here. TC, they're kind of one late game hope in a lot of ways.
It is a hold, though.
Yep,
DC will take it.
Lena, one piece closer to the Ag Scepter, picks up the ultimate or the point booster. Has 900 gold, so halfway there. Now with buyback and cooldown, you can just straight up buy those pieces one by one, at least until you get close to having another buyback.
TZ is going for the MKB. He's got the Demon Edge, but still needs much more money if he wants to be able to afford
and the Radiance Evasion is just, too annoying, too much.
It's a lot, but he needs a lot more gold to even secure the MKB and a buyback. So he's got some work to do. He'll try to get there quickly. We'll see if C9 are going to want to build up the pressure. There's a DD rune, the end-all be-all rune down here.
That's a handy one. See if they can get much done with it. Bottle already been sold, so they haven't actually got a bottle on TA.
TC's going to go for that rune. They saw it with the ward. They'll go in. Can they punish him? Nice. Oh, he's actually... He can stop
Blink
that.
Echo.
Stop him. No. Fissure. Move in. Haunt. TC. Doppelganger up back and behind. Echo's going to be coming up short, though. Oh, C9. They're second-guessing their commitment. MSS decided to step back after the miss Echo, but they will move in. They will get the catch. TC is annihilated, and he has no buyback after committing to that Demon Edge. Oh, that DD rune, a little too tantalizing.
Well, you said
there.
It was the game-ending rune, and well, not in the way you'd normally expect, but it might be.
Oh, they're going to get Owie as well. Good catch for them, and more track gold in their pocket.
Immediate buyback. I think DC realized this is it. This is their last hold, and it's do or die for them.
Can they do it? Tier 3 is going to get dropped first. Rax is now exposed, and Brax working on those racks. But hey, backdoor protection is there for now. They got to wait for the wave if they want to be able to get that damage off.
There's no wave in sight.
It's a long ways back. I mean, they did have to undercut this lane dramatically because of the pickoff on TC.
Backdoor protection's weird. Like, sometimes you'll take the tower and it doesn't have backdoor protection, then you go from tower to racks and suddenly the racks have backdoor protection.
Oh, it's totally sketchy. I mean, have you seen that whole like tiny IO abuse of backdoor?
Yeah.
You throw one creep over into the trees near the base and suddenly backdoor is just lifted.
It's one of those things that just needs to be maybe totally revisited. Like, how do you actually want it to work? And then let's make sure it works the way you want it to work. Because however it works, there's no like clear like
it's very fickle.
Premise
it's
to like
just,
how Valve, like not even talking about like even from a balance point of view, it's like unclear what the overall objective and when should it apply and when should it. No one really knows. It seems very random right now. Should you be able to bypass it with stuff like that, Io Tanya? Like, is that part of the game or not? But
Yeah.
Refresher Spectre, I love it. This late, I mean, it's
So
so much
disgusting.
damage coming from the ulti. It just gives him this incredible damage output, this global presence constantly. He can
Worst case, they even jump him. Let's say he uses the haunt and they still manage to kill Ritsu. He could just buy back, pop the refresher,
Yep.
get right back in the action.
Doesn't he found the buyback? But I'm sure he'll get 700 gold in no time at all, and he'll probably even get that just from popping his horn and getting a kill or two on the CM and the techies.
Just a Goliath of a hero into the late game.
And Roshan's respawn, so C9 will just make sure they have the security of a cheese and Aegis before they go for that ending push. Brack's likely to drop the blink to pick up the Aegis here, and they haven't actually taken a single Rax yet, which is where DC may be like, we're holding on, we're going late game. PL's at least still in this as far as farm goes, but to me, the fact they have a all their Rax still standing doesn't really speak to much. It's a 30k gold deficit, for Christ's sake, and yeah, DC just seem to be on their last breath right now.
Well, we'll see if they can hold. This is going to be their toughest test yet. Now with Aegis and Cheese on the side of Cloud9. This is going to be very, very tough. Here comes Brax. He's looking to move in now with that hefty right click. Lots of mines out, and lots of mines about to be debunked.
Gotta use your mind sign. Oh, it's on cooldown, actually.
Bottom tower is under
Maybe
attack.
used it mid?
I'm not going to go try to find it. I know I'll miss something. But here comes Brax. Big, big damage. No more mines up. Soon no more tier 3. He's trying to slow them down, but he is just shrugging off this remote mine damage.
Yeah, he used it in the mid lane, in a kind of sneaky little spot. But this means there's no sign for bottom, there's no remotes for bottom, and he was really banking on C9 going for a mid lane push there.
SVG, who is creeping little by little. We look at the vision of DC and what they can see outside that door. It's not a whole lot, so they have to send out these Manta illusions, Doppelganger illusions, anything to give them that little bit of extra intel here. They see MSS waiting beside. Fissure's going to catch TC. Does he decide to go in? It is! Oh, big catch! Big echo from MSS. Can they finish off TC? They cannot. He's able to Doppelganger up and away, but the Hunt is able to come in from Ritsu, and that means destruction's coming as a follow-up here. And Brax is just going right on in, trying to pop the egg of Bulba, but they're not going to be able to do it. But Ritsu, triple kill for him. They're cleaning house right now. TC's going to be forced to buy back after he's going to be dropped. They finally decide to turn around. They'll get the tier 3 dropped, and that's going to be game, gods. It's going to be a 2-0 advantage in this best of 5. Both games for Cloud9, and both games looking really strong. That is your Owie techies that C-Deck themselves had feared in TI5. Look like a non-factor almost in this game. They put in the Merlini method, and it worked out well. Just don't go down there, don't acknowledge them.
Especially when like it was talked up like by Aoi himself, like, oh, I've got all these tricks I haven't used yet. In such a big match, he was looking to pull out anything and everything to win it. I feel like this was kind of like a pocket pit for DC that they felt like if they had to win a match, let's pull out the techies. That's like